Hello, it is Mary and Mocha. This right here is Bob. I don't think I've introduced Bob to the channel, or I have in another video. So since I had zooming out in the other video, which I still have zooming out, zooming's on the back of my neck right now, trying to walk up my head, I decided I was going to get Bob out. And here is Mocha Dog. So before I get started, like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications to let you know whenever I post another video. So let's get into it. So Bob is a leopard gecko. Mocha, it's okay. It's okay. Mama's talking about Bob. So Bob is a leopard gecko. And if you've never had a leopard gecko, they are, and you're thinking about getting a lizard, they are a cute little pet. This one's hurting my head. So, for leopard geckos, they can hear you. Stop, Sumi. They can hear you. They got little ears right here. She sheds once a month. She actually just shed when I weighed her. So I weighed Bob yesterday, and I believe I weighed Zumi yesterday. Zumi is 110 grams, and Bob is 80 grams. When they are 56 grams, you can tell their sex. And one way to tell how to sex them, if I can get her, is, Bob, you're wiggly. It's okay. It's okay. Right here. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Right here up there, between these two legs, there's usually a V, which you can see prominently right there on her. And males don't have that V. It's okay, Bubba. Leopard geckos do sleep. They do close their eyelids. As you can see, Mocha loves, I call them his siblings. You love your siblings, huh? Yeah. He wants some attention since they're getting the attention. Bubba, Mocha, it's okay. I do feed her crickets, superworms, mealworms. I have tried a hornworm. But if you see her tail, she was right here under this socket. She did have some fat bulge, or was it in the beginning? In the front? No. Right here, she had some fat bulge sticking out. I noticed once it started getting cold and snowing here in Memphis, which it snowed only at Christmas. Once it started getting cold, she actually stopped eating. As long as they drink water, they're perfectly fine. I have her in a 40-gallon enclosure. There is a enclosure kit and background I want to get. This is the way most of the time Zumi sits on my head. So there is a enclosure and kit and background I want to get that is a 120-gallon. If you do want to get a leopard gecko, make sure you have enough space. They do like climbing, not that far up, but they do like climbing. Every so often when I look into her enclosure, she is on top of the cactus I have in there, which the cactus is a hide. She does use the restroom in it. Or there is a bridge in her enclosure that she'll get up on and start watching the TV or looking and seeing what we're doing. As you hear, Mocha is crying. It's every so often he's looking over at Bob and wants to play. I do make sure she has plenty of water, which I change out every day. Right now, I did take out the substrate I did have in the enclosure because I thought that was one of the problems, and it is not. I have on top of the enclosure, I have a UVB bulb, which I want to get a T5, which it is a better UVB that is out. I do have a deep heat humidifier bulb that's on the enclosure, so I have it running all the time, so the hot side stays hot, the cold side stays cold. I do have when I bought Little Dude's enclosure, I did buy a gun that tests how hot it is in there. When I first got her, she was wiggly and did not like being picked up. The longer you have them, the more use they get to you. When she sees me, she'll come up to the glass and she'll look up at me when I talk to her. They are good pets to have. I've made sure I've looked at the bottom of her belly to make sure she doesn't have any impacts. The reason why she isn't eating, she don't have none of those. She goes to the bathroom all the time. I clean it up. On one side of her enclosure, I have it a bare bottom, the side that I have the heating pad. I have that side bare bottom so she can just lay flat on the heating pad. And the other side, I have it as paper towels. So when she does use the restroom, she can go in, because she is a very clean lizard. She likes hiding it in things. When I first got her, I did have a Tupperware that I made for her human hide. And instead of using it as a human hide, she would go in there, go to the bathroom, and that's all she would use it for. So I got these small, like, planner things that you get from the Dollar dollar store, and I put paper towel in it and put it in there, and she used that as the restroom. So I took that out, and for the holidays, PetSmart had hides that looked like Frankenstein, a pumpkin. So I had those in it. And then for Christmas, they had a cactus that has Christmas lights on it. So I have that in there still. And the other one that I have is a glow-in-the-dark dinosaur head. So I kept that in there. If I do get the bigger enclosure, I will do a enclosure setup video, so you guys can see how I set it up. It's okay. It's okay. But she is calm. So if you do get a leopard gecko, you can find them anywhere. I would look online, do a lot of research. I would also go, and they do have all different kinds of morphs of them. So since mine, she is just a normal leopard gecko. I'm not going to breed them, so I didn't mind how mine looked. I know I did a video when I first got her. You have to, if you have them out, you have to pay attention and watch them. They are fast. So I only get her out every so often. I get her out to handle her a bit, to check on her. I just love this little girl. I love the little boy on top of my head also. And I love the Mocha dog. Mocha loves every single one of these little guys. At first I was worried about her not eating. Then I started looking into it. And it is a natural thing. But here is Bob. Bob's a sweet girl. I love him. When I was deciding to get a leopard gecko or a crested gecko, I was doing a lot of research on it. And one reason I decided on both of these is when you look at them straight on, it looks like they're smiling. But this is my sweet girl. I wanted to do an update on her. Come on, Bob. Bob. Are you ready to go back to your enclosure? So I will end this video here. like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications to let you know whenever I post another video. You'll get updates of Bob, you'll get updates of Sumi, Mocha, and Little Dude. Another thing about them before I end the video, you want to keep a dish in their enclosure with calcium. What I have is a small plant dish that you would sit your plant in of calcium in it, and what they like to do is they're silly little creatures. They will go and lay on the calcium for no reason. They'll just lay and sleep on the calcium. They like playing in the calcium. Most of the time when I look in her enclosure, there is calcium all over the enclosure. So let me end the video and go put her back in her enclosure. One reason I'm doing the video now is this video is because it is time to turn off their lights, and I am going to get a mealworm or something to see if she'll eat, because I do give her the chance to eat. If she don't eat, I take it out of the enclosure because I don't want the mealworm or superworm or cricket to walk around the enclosures or hurt her, because they will try to eat your leopard, gecko, or chameleon. So you want to keep them safe. So I'm going to end it here. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you watch this.